What's up, guys? It's Dan from Dailey here to talk to you today about some common questions that we see when it comes to cabinetry, and maybe just some pitfalls or some things that we can look to avoid in helping you with designing your new layout. That's going to be today on your Daily Tips. First thing we'll talk about are measurements. One of the biggest questions that we get a lot is, do you need to provide your own measurements? The answer to that is no. We can come out and we can measure for you. Generally what we'll do is if we're doing an in-home consultation, myself or one of my colleagues will come out, we'll get some rough measurements of your layout, we'll discuss with you in-house what exactly you want to do, and that's how we were able to build your floor plan right from there. You don't necessarily have to have your contractor do it before we come over, and it all depends on who's going to be doing your install. So if you do have your own contractor, we will always confirm the measurements with your contractor before we put anything into production. So what that means is when we give you your floor plan, your contractor can go back to your house, check all the measurements, confirm everything's going to fit just how we laid it out, and sign off on your floor plan. If we're going to be doing your installs, of course we have our guys come out and do it the same thing. They'll check the floor plan that we put together, make sure everything's an accurate measurement, and then we'll go from there before we put anything in production. But that is one of the most important things that we want to do when it comes to making your spaces, because if it's not going to fit, well, we're going to have a problem. So we want to make sure we get that taken care of. And that's always the important thing. If you go to some of these big box stores like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, they can create a floor plan, but a lot of times they're just going based off of measurements that you're giving them. So the answer is you do not need to always provide your own plans. If you do, we're always going to have it checked and rechecked by somebody before anything goes into production. Another question some people might ask is, does the quality of the cabinets really matter? What the cabinets are made of and things like that. Yeah, of course they do. The problem with a lot of people nowadays is just, trying to save some money where you can. Totally understandable. Where that comes into place, of course, could be between custom and stock lines and some of the options that you have. However, you really still want to buy a quality cabinet. Generally when you're redoing a kitchen or a bathroom remodel, this is something that you want to do one time. You don't want to go a couple years from now and look back on it and either have to change something because the quality wasn't up to par or because you don't like what you did with it. So really you just want to stay away from the particle board, the fillers, stuff like that. Everything that you get through Dailey, whether it's a stock line or a custom line, are all made from hardwoods, usually plywood boxes and hardwood inserts. So when it comes to those particle boards or those RTA cabinets which are ready to assemble, you got to remember, even with those ones, if you're saving a couple bucks to get those in, you're going to have to pay someone to put them together unless you're planning on doing it yourself, which is an option. But some of these cabinets from IKEA or places like that, no disrespect, but they come in 10 million pieces. So when you're buying quality cabinet through us, you're getting it all put together, it's professionally made, and that's something that you don't have to worry about. So when it comes to quality, that's really something that you want to invest in and do it now so you don't have to worry about it in the long run. Something else we get a lot of is when it comes in particular to your wiring, plumbing, and appliances that you have, especially in kitchens. Are these things that can be moved? Can we put our dishwasher and our sink over here? Can we put a range here, a double oven here? These are all things that we can do. Now, it's going to be on a case-by-case basis, so you definitely want to have someone that knows what they're talking about looking over your setup. Now, that's whether you have your own contractor or you're using some of the guys that we use here. Everyone that we use is fully trained, fully experienced, knows exactly what they're doing, and we'll be able to tell you for a fact if things can move, whether it's taking a soffit out or if we have to switch some plumbing. We always have people on hand that we can help you out with. But these are things that you need to take into context when you're actually putting your layout together. We can always put it together on hypotheticals and where you want things to be, but this is always something that you want to confirm before we ever put anything in production. So, which is another reason why we always have the contractor that's going to be doing the install sign off on the floor plan, just to make sure that everything can go where you want it. So these are all things that are done when we're doing our consultation together, but just another thing to keep in mind that we would always confirm this before we ever put anything into production. Next, we're going to talk about the install. Common questions we get are, do you have someone that can install these cabinets for me? We do. We do have people that work with us that can install your cabinets. We also have a full Rolodex of contractors that we've been working with over years that can do it as well. If you bring your own contractor, we're just trusting you that you have a contractor that knows what he's doing with it. If you want to do it yourself, it's a tall task, but we have plenty of people that have done this work on their own, so it's always something that you can do as well. Again, you're going to get your floor plan, so you're going to know exactly where things are going. We're always going to confirm measurements before we put anything into production. But when it comes to installation, it's not as easy as you think. So definitely want to find someone with some experience. We have the right people with our team that we can always get you or refer you to. Or you want to make sure that your contractor definitely has some experience with either framed or frameless cabinets, depending on what you're looking to do. Last thing we'll touch on is a question that we get quite a lot, and that's, do I need a designer? The answer is no, not necessarily. We do have a designer that works with our team that produces all of your 3D images, any rendering that we do for your bathroom or your kitchen or whatever space you're looking to add cabinets to. I myself will help you as well along the way, or whoever you're working with here, either through your in-home consultation or if you come in here to the showroom. Basically what I'm trying to do is get as much information from you as possible so that we can build your space. Once we have all that information, we take it to our designer, and that's how we get you your 3D rendering. After that, it's just a matter of going back and forth and getting you the right style, layout, colors, whatever you need. When it comes to matching your cabinets, we'll always provide you with a sample, or you can come in here and look at some of the stock lines that we have, some of the displays that we have here in the showroom, but we would always confirm everything with you beforehand. But if you do have a designer, that's great. We work hand in hand with plenty of designers from other companies or personal designers that people have hired before. So optimally, it's up to you whether you want to have a designer on hand, but you definitely don't need one. We can help you out with everything. And those are just some general questions and concerns that we get here a lot when it comes to people picking out their cabinets. Now, if you have any other questions, leave it in the comments below. We'd like to hear from you. We're more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. We want you to feel comfortable with your next home renovation. So get in touch with us. Give us a call here at the office. Go online. Hit us up on social media. Whatever you got to do to get in touch with us. We want to see you do it with Dailey. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. You can click the bell icon and be notified of when new videos are posted. Here at Dailey, we're looking to add new content as much as possible. So if there's something that you want to see, make sure to let us know in the comments below. If you haven't done so, we would like to see you on social media as well. Make sure to follow us on Facebook at DaileyMFG, on Instagram at Dailey Manufacturing, or you can always access our website at www.daileymfg.com. And as always, let's remember to do it with Dailey.